Hey, hello everyone, welcome again. And this video I'm going to continue the automation for a car parking management project. So let me quickly run the application, then we'll start the automation. And this is the session 4 for automation. So till now what we have developed the simple framework over here. We have a one test best test, home page, login page for the page elements, and we have home test and login test. So we have two classes for the test cases. To start it, like if you are following this tutorial series from the first video, then please continue it. Otherwise I will recommend you check the description box and follow the first 2 or 3 videos, then continue this, because uh, to set up all these things you have to follow this. Okay, I have already recorded video for this, and after that I will continue the session. Okay, so here the current state, we have one test file and two home page. It's following the page object model, that's why we have pages here, and we have a two file test file. In the last session what we have done that login test cases related test scenarios. But if I want to run them, let's say I want to run the test case of login test or home test, but what if I want to run both of them in a single file? For that we will introduce the testng.xml. We will create an XML file and we'll configure all the things over there. So how can I create a XML file and all the things, and to run all the test case of both classes in a single file? So what I need to do, under the sources, just right click, go to new and create a XML file. So let's say here XML. If you didn't find the option here, just search for the XML, you will get this. So create XML file. The file name will be testng.xml. You can keep it any, but it will be as name suggests, it will be a configuration file for a test scenario. So what we write in this testng.xml, we will write the information of these test classes. So when we will run this file from testng, it will run all the test cases from both classes. So first thing, we have to use the suite tag here, suite. Okay, and let me open it, close it. We can pass the name of the suite. So what will be the name of the suite? We can say anything like it can be custom, it can be related to the project. So test suite for, let's say I'm going to add my project name. Okay, so this will be a complete suite. Under the suite, what we can write, we can write the test classes. So for that I need to write a test tag. Under the test tag, what we can say, the name of the test. So let's say name, and I'm going to tell the regression test. Let's say you can write anything here as per your framework or as per your project. Okay, after that we have to use a class tag here. Classes, and under this classes we will write the information of the class. So currently we have two classes here. If you see, this is my test. Under this test classes, we have two class, and where we'll add the name of the class. So what is the name? Name will be complete path of the class. Let's say I want to run the home.test file first, right? So here, this is my path, the package name, complete package name, and then I have to add dot here, and after dot I need to write this name. Okay, this will be my home.test, and let's say for the name of the test we can write here as a home test. Now we have two options, like we can, for the next class we can create a separate test, or we can write the class here as well. So let me quickly give you both example. So I just structure the code. Let's add in this class only, and we will writing here the login test as well. Okay, now that's it. We just need to write this kind of things in as testng xml. Now if I will run, it will run, but there might be some conflict. So I just right click on my testng file to run it. Go to run as, select the first option. It's asking me to save the file. That's fine. Okay, it's running. Open the test case, executing test cases from the home.file home page, and you see 4 test cases are passed, 2 are failure. Something went wrong. And what's the issue? If I check the issue and see the console, okay, we have error null pointer exception. It means the test case of this class is run successfully. When the driver goes to this one, it's coming as a null value, so it's not getting. So we are doing some mistake. Let me check quickly. So we have home page here. Okay, that's fine. And over the login page, what we are doing, we are extending the best test, and this driver is coming as a null. So what we can do, go to the best test. Okay, check this driver. Okay, when we extend this, it will create a once in a while, we have a here. Let me give it a before. Like earlier in the last session, it was like before class we can do it. Let me quickly show you what I'm going to trying to use. We can say after class. What I'm going to do to create a instance of the Chrome with in every class, I'm going to use this one. Okay, now let's run. So I just run it. The home page is running fine, all the test cases of home page. Now for the second class, for the login page, it will run the browser again and run our test cases. But what I need to do here, the browser should be run only once when the user will run the testng file and execute all the test cases from all the classes, and then it will close the browser. So for that, what we need to do, we must make sure it for a before suite. Suite means all the test cases will run. If you see the architecture of this, suite means all the test cases, whatever the test case available in the framework, will all the test cases will run over there. So in the best test, we have to make some changes, like before it should be run before suite, okay, and it should be run after suite. So when we make it before class, what happened there into the login test, it's created again the object of the driver when we extend it. But before suite it will not, because the driver is going to null, because our best test driver is not static. That will not create accessible or create object after this class. So let me make it static. When I make it static, what it will do, make it static and protect it. Let's say protect it, so it will not be able to use out of the packages. So protected means we can use under the package and outside of the class. So now if I will run this testng.xml, it should run. So we had error like the null pointer exception, and we just make our driver as a static, so it will be accessible to in other class as well. You can read the property of static into the internet. Static means like we don't need to create, if any variable is a static, we can not create to object, we can directly call it also, so the access is changed for the browser for the variable. So now you see it's executed all the test cases and close the browser in one shot. Okay, let me run it quickly again. Right click on it, go to run as testng. So it's opened the browser, executed the test cases for home page. The process is very quickly, but I'm using here wait thread wait, so to show you the outputs on all the screens. So let's run the on currently it's the state is on a login page. Now it's logged in successfully. Click on the logout and end the process. Click on the logout and now it will close the browser. That's fine. So 6 test cases are passed. So what we have done, we have implemented test.xml. Okay, I'm going to show you another thing as well. So currently we have one test here for home test, and in this test we are including the login as well. We can create a separate test as well. So for that, now we can create another test, and the test name should be login test. And here we can remove this one, and we can remove this one from here. Okay, so now we have separate test classes for test home page, and to test login page we have a separate thing. Let's run it again. So it's running. Log out, invalid user. Perfect, it's working. Okay, so in this way you can implement the testng. You can read about the nodes, what is the property of the nodes. There are many things. We can send the values, we can retrieve the value, and we can do lots of things here into the testng xml. I'm just showing you the initial things that we need to do according to our framework. As day by day will increase the sessions, we will make it more dynamic and more useful. One more important thing is there, we can add our file like in the best test. If you see, we are parsing the direct path, and that's not a good way, and we are passing the URL here also direct, so that's not a good way. We can implement the system.property thing. So so what you need to do for that, you just go to your resource src, or you should look for the resources. Okay, here we have a resources. So under the resources, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a file. Okay, just go and create a file, and the name will be, the file name will be system. It can be anything, so I just keeping it as a standard system, and the extension should be important, and it should be properties only. Okay, so just make sure you have the same like extension properties. And under this system.properties, we need to find we need to define some values. So what are those values? Let's say I want to define this value of my driver. Okay, so I just cut it from here and go to my system.property and name it as a Chrome driver. You can say it Chrome driver, and equals to, I will assign my path. Okay, so what is the benefit of this? I will let you know in a while. So just go back to the best of test, and here how can I call this value? Okay, we have to call the value here. We can name it as a string Chrome driver, and currently just make it null, and we will pass the driver here. Okay, so what I need to do, I just need to read this value here. This value, read this Chrome driver path here into my best test. Okay, for that, what I can do, I have to use the resource bundle. Okay, there is a class in Java that is called resource bundle. Just create object of that. Let's say okay, from utility, what I'm going to do, resource bundle rv equals to resource bundle or get bundle, and after that we need to pass the name of the file. So what I just create an object of resource bundle and get the file here as a system. This is my file. Okay, this is the file name. If you passing the creating file at other location, you have to complete you have to add the complete path, but by default it will, if it's in a resource folder, you just need to pass its file name. That's it. After that, what we can do, we can get that string by calling rv dot get string. Okay, so what is the name of my string? My string name is Chrome driver, this one. Okay, so what I do, I just pass this name here. It will got the name. It will print the 404 cross check. I'm going to just going to do SOP and Chrome driver and pass it over here. In this case, what will happen? It will read the driver path from there. So let's run it and check, is it still working? So I just running it. You can see the first test case is executed. It means it's getting the correct path. Means the system.property configuration is successfully done. Okay, now invalid with invalid. One more quickly with a valid user. Click to log out. Then it will close the browser in a while. Done. So all the test cases is passing. Now if I want to tell you, so make this dynamic, how can we do that? Just remove this URL from here and we can say pass the URL here. Let's say URL and pass it here. And what we need a key as a URL. So into the base.test, what we can do, we can call rv.getString and the URL. Sorry, it's key. So we need to pass an embedded commas. Okay, done. So now in case if in future I need to, why we are using the system.property, let's say these are the dynamic paths, okay, and the URL might be changed in future, the path can be changed, so we just need to update our system.properties file. It will be automatically updated from the base and other files, so we don't need to do changes into our code side. Okay, and also when we run this, you can see it's reading this value, the system.sop that we have done. We are getting output here, so it means everything is working fine. Let's check the URL things one more time and hopefully it will work. Okay, okay, let's go for the logout, close the browser. Yeah, it's done. So it means the system.property is also done. So we have done many configuration over there. We have done the pages, test and the system.property and testng.xml. In the next session, we will create an automation test case for the registration process, some new test cases, and in that we will see the example of utilities, and we will create some custom utility and we can use it, and after that we'll move it to for the extend report and the result reports, and other more advanced thing is there. So we'll implement that in a while in next sessions. Thank you so much for watching. Please keep subscribe the Code One channel if you are liking the video, and if you have any doubt you can comment me. I will try to solve the issues. Thank you.